Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes. And today I'm going to give my thoughts on the recent online antics of Marvel CCO Joe Quesada. First, let's take a quick look at the current state of the comics market. Recently, Disney confirmed Star Wars and Marvel Comics had sales drops for the year 2018. This is on the heels of a 2017 that saw an across-the-board 6% drop in North American comic book sales. This definitely negatively affects Marvel's bottom line, as they're the market share leader at over 40%. But where it really has its biggest impact is on local comic shops. So we see here in January 2018, Bleeding Cool reported that 50 comic stores had closed in the previous 12 months. And there's been plenty of anecdotal evidence that comic shops are continuing to go out of business and close up shop as the demand for comics across North America has decreased. And probably most damning or most embarrassing of all, recently a comic customer went to the Marvel store at Disney World, and when he talked to the manager, he was told that the comic shops are going away and they weren't ordering any new stock. So you'd think Joe Quesada, former editor-in-chief and current chief creative officer at Marvel, would take something like this seriously. I mean, there's shops closing down, sales are down. Hell, even the official Marvel store at Disney World won't sell their comic books anymore. Their parent company thinks their brand is so insignificant, they're no longer going to carry it and try and sell their comics at Disney World. So you'd think Joe Quesada would be bunkered up in his office thinking of new ways to engage the fans, new creative ideas to expand the audience for Marvel, maybe go back and get some of those customers that have walked away. Hell, you'd think he'd be online, maybe on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, engaging customers saying, why did you walk away from Marvel? What can we do to make it right again? How can we start to grow this consumer base again? Because there's way too many creators and editors and some of the former executives at Marvel, they're just agitating fans. They're dividing an audience, and they're dividing the customers, and they're making Marvel a brand that people don't want to support anymore. So Joe Quesada, as recently as September, decided to throw in that group. He went on this really strange, 10-hour Twitter bender where he was challenging Richard C. Meyer, Ethan Van Sciver, John Malin all night long, just on this weird back and forth, something that you wouldn't expect from an executive at a big company like Marvel Comics. And then at the end, the weirdest thing of all is he goes, and at this person, you win a no prize. Now, the person that he added is a notorious online harasser and doxer of comics customers, of comics consumers. She basically sits at her computer and harasses people all day. She's doxed multiple people. She tries to get them fired from their day-to-day jobs, the things that they do to support their families, over comic books because because they supported a GoFundMe campaign that she didn't like. Why an executive for a company like Marvel would go out there and start engaging somebody with a history like this is beyond me. But, it continues on, and they go back and forth a lot, but we're just going to cite 3 examples here. And the no prize, I understand it's not a real prize, it's a fake prize. It's something that Marvel editorial used to give out to customers who saw grammatic errors or continuity errors in their books. But it's evolved over the years, and it's supposed to be for someone that is adding to Marvel, or to Marveldom, adding to the Marvel fandom. And some of these people that get this no prize are for delivering Marvel comics to the local children's hospital or something like that. So he's equating this person's online harassment and doxing with those type of accomplishments where they're contributing to the fan base. And it's really strange. So a few weeks back, they actually added Joe Quesada at this time. When it comes to making comics gators cry, do I get paid per tweet or per dunk? And he comes back, per dunk? Too rich for my blood, winky face. This man is an executive in an industry that is seeing across the board sales decreases, that is losing his audience, losing their consumer base, and he's out here engaging with this troll, this person that is attacking his customer base on a daily basis. how is this man an executive in an industry like this? So yesterday, that person was talking about how they are doing some cross-stitching for charity, which is great. I love charity. I have charitable endeavors myself. And Joe Quesada comes back and says, all right then, I'll throw down the gauntlet. How about you do something Daredevil-related, leave some space, and I'll get Charlie Cox, the Netflix series star, to sign it, and we'll give it to Hero Initiative. Great, I appreciate the Hero Initiative. But why is he supporting this person's charity endeavor? Bleeding Fool went back and did a social media search history. He hasn't supported any charity through his Twitter for 8 years, from all the way back in 2010. Are you telling me that there are no creators, there are no staff at Marvel that have done anything charity related that he could have supported between then and now? But now all of a sudden he's supporting this online troll, this very divisive person that's trying to kill his customer base? Now, there are all kinds of reasons he could be doing this, but, maybe they're in real life good friends. I don't believe that's the case. The reason I think he's doing it is because he wants to agitate his customers. He wants to instigate his customers. He wants to sow more seeds of divisiveness between the customer base. It's okay that, he can take a side. He doesn't have to like Comicsgate, but he has to understand that they're customers. They buy comic books. So it's so unprofessional. It's so unbecoming of an executive to throw in with someone like this, with the history that they have, and just try to needle his audience, needle his customers, try to let them know that he doesn't appreciate them or their beliefs. You would think that Joe and the other executives at Marvel would have learned a lesson from Lucasfilm. When they released The Last Jedi 14 months ago, it wasn't received well at all. In fact, an overwhelming majority of fans hated it. They didn't like that Luke Skywalker and the other legacy characters were treated poorly. They didn't like that the new characters were boring and vapid. And they certainly didn't like that the new storyline was overly preachy. So when the creators and the executives from Lucasfilm received this feedback, they didn't take it in, maybe think about it for a few days. They just went right back on the attack, started attacking their customers, telling their audience that they were wrong and calling them names like bigots and misogynists. Well, what ended up happening? Solo bombed, to the tune, I believe, of $80 million loss for Disney, the first Star Wars movie to ever lose money. See, there isn't a franchise or an IP out there that's too big to fail. If you don't treat your customers with respect, they will eventually turn on you. They'll go somewhere else. They will stop tuning in. So this is what I have to say to Joe Quesada. Start acting like an executive. Stop acting like some punk creator at Marvel, throwing in with some online troll that's out harassing and doxing people. Do something to make Marvel Comics better. Help grow the audience. Stop being divisive. Stop contracting the audience. You need to take responsibility for your part in all of this. You, as an executive at Marvel, are a big reason that the entire industry is shrinking right now. Take responsibility. Start acting like an executive. Stop going online and championing trolls and cheering them on so they'll go and harass more people, go and dox more people. It's unethical, it's immoral, it's terrible behavior, it's unbecoming of you and your position. And if you can't do that, step away and let someone else step in that is willing to act professional. We're tired of it. All customers are tired of it. You shouldn't be behaving like this. You're behaving like a child. You're behaving like a punk. No one likes it. We're all tired of it. Joe Quesada, do better. Marvel executives, do better. Your customers deserve better. Your creators deserve better guidance. Your creators deserve better supervision. Marvel Comics and the legacy of Stan Lee deserve better. Now, these are just my opinions. I could be wrong. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below. If you agree with me, you can always let me know that too. You can always contact me on Twitter at at Wes_from_TC. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. and hit the bell for notifications if you'd like more comic reviews and commentary. With that, Salamat Po, and I'm out.